Hello valuables, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. And if today is your first time of coming across my channel, hello, I value you. Thank you so much for joining. I am your host, Mary Johnson, and may you consider making yourself comfortable by subscribing, liking the video, sharing the video, and yes, you will enjoy every other episode that will come soon. So on today's episode, I want to share things highly intelligent people do differently in Germany. Like highly intelligent people. So if you are a new person in Germany, things that you have to do differently, like things you need to do that will separate you from other people. So many people actually come to Germany and they are stranded, and because they don't have maybe families, they don't have anyone to guide them. But if you are watching this video and you have someone that is in Germany that is new, or someone that is about coming to Germany, this video is for that person. So you make sure you send this video across to such a person, because it will really be a help. So I always say that first of all, if you're a new person in Germany, you are not yet used to the system, you are not yet used to how things run. First of all, I would say you need to do what? Ask questions of things you don't understand. Yes, as a new person, whether in Germany, in Canada, anywhere, it will be all over the world. So first, you're actually coming into a new environment or into a new system altogether. You need to ask questions when necessary. Don't just keep quiet. Sometimes most people, they are finding it difficult to understand some things. They can't get a particular thing, but because they feel like, oh, who will I ask? Let me just keep it, and they just keep quiet. And maybe later on in the future they realize that, wow, because they failed to ask questions some years past, they are suffering it, or they are actually regretting it today. So I always say, if you are new wherever it is and you are an intelligent person, the way people will see you and call you intelligent is for you asking questions. Don't be ashamed. Some people are very shy to ask questions. They're like, no, I don't want to ask questions. No, will they tell me? Just ask questions, because there is this adage in my language that says, so if you ask questions, you will never miss your way. But just come to think of it, that you're going to a place and you don't know the place and you do not ask, you might actually end up going to the wrong direction. So please, because you are intelligent, because you are smart, and you are awesome, try as much as you can to ask questions whenever the need arises. So the next thing that I will say is, try as much as you can to learn the language. Yes, try as much as you can to learn the language. That's if the place where you find yourself, if the language that they speak is different from what you speak, from what you are used to speaking. Like for example, here in Germany, when you come to Germany, you actually need the language. Like, you need the language. So that's why some people, even before they come to Germany, they try at least to just get the basics of the language, to get this and that and know what to expect. Like for example, just get the basics. Like when you come, someone is asking you how are you, you should be able to know how to answer, how to say your name. So yeah, it is very essential wherever it is. So for us, that you are going to the country or to the city where you can communicate with people easily, try as much as you can to learn the language fast. Just learn something, a little. It won't harm you. So always advise for you to learn the language so you can feel comfortable. Just come to think of it, sometimes you find yourself in the midst of people and they are speaking the language that you don't understand, and you are trying to communicate to them. Like you're trying to ask questions, for example, you're trying to ask questions and you don't even know how to express yourself. They are not understanding you and you're not understanding them. It can be frustrating, really. It's like, I will actually say from my own experience, like when I came to this country newly, I was nowhere. When it's I was nowhere, in the language. So it wasn't easy. Communication wasn't easy. It will even make you to isolate yourself. It will make you to always be on your own, not to go out and mingle with people, because you don't know how to express yourself. You don't know how to tell them what you want. But please try as much as you can to learn the language. It will really help you. So the next thing is, try to listen to advice. Yes, some people, they think that they are, I don't know, they are master of all. You try to advise them, you try to tell them, don't do this. See, you are in a new city, you are in a new territory. This is how things are done. And the person is trying to tell you no. The person is saying no. Try as much as you can to listen to advice. And this shows that you are intelligent. This shows that you are smart. So if you are in a country where you don't understand the way things are run, you are new, you're trying to get used to the people, to the system, try to receive advice from people, from your beloved ones, from your friends. Because when they call you, giving you advice, telling you this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do, just take it from a place of love. They are giving it out to you out of love. So try as much as you can to accept it, because whosoever that refuses to accept advice, or the ear that refuses to hear, follows the corpse to the grave. So you try as much as you can to always receive advice. And this leads me to another point, which is accept when you are wrong. Like, if you don't accept when you are wrong, receiving advice too will be difficult. Like I said, you should try to receive advice, but you should try also to accept when you are wrong. Some people, they are wrong. You are telling them they are wrong. They are refusing it. They don't want to accept it. They are not just, agreeing because it is coming from you. Try as much as you can to accept that you are wrong, because when you accept that you are wrong, when you yourself, you even identify and know that you are wrong, that you need help, then you can get that help. Or imagine you saying no, you are not wrong, that you are right, then people would just stay on their own and ask you to do your own thing and ask you to run your race and win it, because you've refused to accept that you are wrong. So please, my brothers and my sisters, no matter how big you are, no matter how whatever you are, so far as you are in a system where things are different from what you are used to, try to receive correction, try to receive advice, accept people when they correct you, like accept it when you are wrong. So the next thing is, try as much as you can to seek knowledge. Yes, try to seek knowledge. You are in a place where you don't know, you ask questions and you get knowledge. Be open to opportunities, because so many opportunities will come to you. And that's why, like I said, the language is important. So if you are actually conversant with the German language, or with any language that people over there can understand, and you can also understand them, you'll be able to grab opportunity very easy. Most at times, opportunities actually come by us every day and they just pass, but we don't identify them. So let's try to be able to be open to knowledge, so as to grasp and receive every opportunity, and try as much as we can to make good use of those opportunities. So they are so important. If you are not open-minded, if you're not ready to receive knowledge, if you're not ready to learn, if you're not ready to grow, then receiving opportunity will also be challenging. Try to identify your weakness and your strength. Now this actually comes, for example, maybe you are here to school, or you are here for business, or you're here just to settle down with your family and you want to work. Try to find out the things you can do. Try to find out your strengths and build on your strength. Try to find out your weakness and try to not go into those weaknesses, because sometimes we fail to identify our weaknesses, and then we even find ourselves in those things that will pull us down, and at the end we find ourselves losing. We find ourselves missing it out just because we are at the wrong place. So try to make sure that whatever you are doing, if you're working or you are schooling, you are in your strength, you are schooling in your strength. Now what do I mean by you are schooling in your strength? Like the subject you are here to do, try to make sure that whatever you are learning is something that you can give in your best to. Try and make sure it is something that all your body, everything about you desire. So the last but not the least is, you should try to adapt. Yes, try to adapt. Try to adapt with the culture, try to adapt with the weather, very important. Try to adapt with, maybe you wouldn't love everything about the country, you wouldn't love everything about the people, you wouldn't love everything about their food, you wouldn't love everything about their language, but try as much as you can to adapt, because you are here for something. So don't condemn people all the time. Don't condemn their language, don't condemn their lifestyles all the time. Try to just accept them and see them as human beings that can make mistakes. See them as people like you that are not perfect. See them as people like you that also have weaknesses. If really you want to succeed in anything you want to do, you have to adapt, not just only in a city. So I just want to put it out there, in whatever project you have, just try to adapt. Try to learn how to move with situations surrounding whatever you are doing. Everything you do, don't be selfish. Remember that other people's feeling can also be hurt when you take the wrong step or the wrong decision. So yes, this will be the end of my video. Thank you all so much for watching. Till I come your way next time, you remain blessed, and please consider subscribing, like, and share. Remember, you are the head and not the tail, and I remain your humble host, Mary Johnson. Amen.